Hello, friends. Those back pages here. I hope you're well. With these crazy times that we're living through, I thought I'd do a little, you know, show and share, show and tell, however you want to phrase it. We have these crazy, crazy times of 2020, and it's very important to try to keep going one day at a time. Now, the album you see there, Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon, I've listened to that album this year more than any other, and more than I can count. I could not tell you how many times I've listened to it during my daily walks, my exercise routine. So the reason that's there, and I'm saying that, is that it's important to be distracted, from quote unquote real life. It's important sometimes to be distracted. So I picked that up the other day. I do not own a record player, but it does contain all the original, a reprint essentially, remake, reissue, however you want to phrase it, of the original 1973 album. A couple posters inside, some stickers. I haven't opened it yet, but like everything else, I'll get around to opening it eventually. So as I was preparing for what's probably going to wind up being the next episode, but spoiler alert, I had a couple cards that went missing that I couldn't find. Well, they didn't go missing, but I couldn't find them, and I'm sure every one of you out there at one point or another has had that happen, where you kind of freak out, where you you have something but you just can't find it. So yeah, I had a couple ideas where it was, two separate cards that don't really have anything to do with this video, but this episode. But I did find them. So, but in the meantime, while I was looking for them, I found some other stuff that I had forgotten that I had, but I remembered as soon as I saw it. And then I found a bunch of stuff. Some of these were gifts from friends and stuff like that. So it gave me an idea of tonight's episode. And I did run across this one thing that really gave me the feels, and 99.99999% of you that are watching or will watch this video will have no idea who this is, and that's fine. But I ran across I don't have very many stubs. I used to have a lot more ticket stubs, but I think they're in storage somewhere. Again, I can visualize, but I can't find it. This is your basic ticket stub from 2005. A group called Magnolia Electric Company, which was the creation of Jason Molina. You see his autograph right there. I don't really do autographs very often, but on this night in 2005, I felt compelled to ask him, after speaking to him for a good long while. He died in the March of 2013. So he's been dead a while, but his music will live on, and he's always been an inspiration to me. I won't go into that too much. I mean, if singer-songwriter, The Magnolia Electric Company sounds a little. Their live stuff sounds a little bit like Crazy Horse. Some have classified Jason Molina's music as sad bastard music. I guess we're all sometimes a sad bastard, but let's show some cards, talk about them a little bit. And first up is this 1985 Top Cello that my friend Kirk gave me, that he gifted to me, unopened of course, with the 620 on the front. Itty bitty shitty. Make room. Oh, before I forget, I still have some of these available. I did send out a bunch yesterday. More TTMs. I guess, well, no, not TTM. PWEs than I've ever sent out before in my life. I just want to say a couple things here, and obviously I've reiterated it in emails. Do reach out. I do have a couple left, so if you'd like one and I haven't replied to your email, my email is in the About Me section of this of my YouTube page. It's those back pages at AOL.com. Easy to find. Use that handle pretty much everywhere. So please, all I ask is that you email me your address, your mailing address, so I can have it on record, and to write all that crap out is a pain in the butt. But I am not signing it like I did last year. If you happen to get one last year, it just doesn't look good. I signed one and I was not happy with it. I signed it in white along the side right here. I was not pleased with it because it just takes away from the beauty of the card, in my opinion, that your friend of mine, JT, created the image, and then I used the custom section of the Topps.com website to create this card. It's on regular 35 point stock. So yes, please email me, and then I will get back to you. Another gift that Kirk had gifted me was this 85 Top 620 signed by Dwight Gooden a long time ago, when he still used Dwight. So that looks good next to my favorite card of all time, which I guess I'm going to try to... Let me just show off a couple more. This was the... couple more gifts. Let me show off a couple more gifts. My friend Jeff gave me this one. This is probably this and the other one that wasn't a... Yeah, this was a gift as well. I can't remember who gave this to me, but this probably has some of the best color. The centering could be better, but this has some of the best color you'll see on a 620. This is a 9. The centering is a little bit better. The color is about the same. But the color on the back is better on the 9. Maybe it's about the same. But, yeah. Just happy to have those in the collection. I haven't bought any of these in a long time. This is really old flip. You can tell by this predates that one when they added the little sparkly protection thing. One other 620 I have to show off as I knock the camera down. This is the original one I bought years ago in the fine 9. Also has some pretty outstanding color in my opinion. So, I'm very happy to own those. And the camera is, let's tilt that a little bit more. You've already seen Dark Side of the Moon album. You know what it looks like. But, so yes, very proud to own those. Maybe I should try to focus some more on some 620s. But you know me, it's very difficult for me to stay any kind of focused for any period of time. But my friend Dustin gifted me this 84 Topps Traded in a 10. Really nice color and centering on that one. I like to look down here when judging the centering on 84 Topps. Happy to have that in the collection. Here are some cards that look a lot like, alright, here's a couple cards. Geez, I should have been a little bit more organized, but here we are. I'm a big believer of, it's funny that I guess I'm going to say a little, maybe something that can be considered hypocritical, but buying the card and not the assigned grade or the company. Let's start with this, everyone's favorite, this Jerry Rice. I've had this Jerry Rice a long time. It is just a fantastically centered copy. The corner up there is a little weak. Can't really see it on the camera. But this is a PSA 6. So it's just a fantastic copy. I've had that one for a very long time. Here's a damn well centered PSA 8 Ricky. Just a great looking card. Here is a 81. Here's a Montana rookie. He's got a little underarm stain there. That brought the surface down to a 5. This is just an extra that when I decided I was gonna go all in on the PSA stuff many years ago, I didn't have a PSA Montana, so I had to buy one to replace that one. Here's an Elway that's really well centered for the issue. It's a little tilt on it, a little diamond cut. No, more tilt than diamond cut, but it's a great example. If you search and look hard enough for these, you will find copies that you appreciate. You know, not really paying attention to the sign grade. But again, a lot of these have gotten extremely costly this year. I mean, it is quite incredible, actually, the prices. Here's another one I had to, I guess here's a BVG 4 Johnny Bench rookie that's pretty damn centered. This is a really old slab that has the subgrades on the back. So yeah, the corners are a 3, so that brings it all the way down. But 9, 3, 8, and 8. So if the corners were a bit better, it'd be a lot higher grade. But the price I paid at the time reflected that. Well, these next two cards I've had for a long time, and they present really well for the assigned grade. In my opinion, a Killebrew rookie. With a dirty bag. Dirty team bag. But great centering on it. Nice yellow. Here's a 39 play ball Melot. And these last two were purchased from someone you know well in the hobby now that is a large consigner. But before he became what he became as a large consigner, he used to sell SGC slabs exclusively at shows. Here's a Perry rookie. So the post-war rookies I had to replace in PSA form because I had a strong addiction to the PSA registry. Here's a BVG7 with the subgrades on this Carter rookie. I did like those bronze flips that they used to make. Here's a Cecil Cooper rookie, otherwise known as Carlton Fisk, with on it. Here's a Cepeda rookie. No subgrades. Poorly centered. Stereotypical for the issue. An Eddie F. and Murray in a 3. No subgrades. You know, these I've had for a very long time. Dave Winfield in a 3. So when it was time to play the PSA post-war registry game, these had to be replaced. Would I do that again? I don't know. Here's a BVG 8. Bit of a generous jump on that. 8 centering, 8.5 edges, 9 corners, 7 surface. Should probably be a 7.5. But I'm not a professional. Let's see. These two cards. Yeah, let's do that. As I said, I was going through stuff, and I found this was a oh, that glare is horrible. But I found 2 of these, so this is an extra. Probably paid under $20 for this back in the day. Collect what you like. Collect how you like. Just collect. Enjoy yourself. And good things happen every once in a while. There's no wrong way to collect, and if you just keep collecting, you know, they always say a broken clock is right twice a day. So next up is a 2017 Topps Chrome negative refractor Trout. This is the first year they made these, and they've made them every year since. I wouldn't say they're very popular. They're not particularly appealing. Kind of looks like a Walker. And then a PSA 9 purple refractor, which is numbered on the back to 299. These 2 cards were gifted to me many years ago now. Probably, yeah, not long after these came out, probably in 2018, by a friend of mine that didn't care for them because they are 9s. Oh, how the times have changed. This I did have, and when I found it, I remembered. This is a 2017 Topps Black Mike Trout. These are individually numbered to 66 right there on the back. 24 of 66. So that's a pretty damn hard card to find, especially 3 years on. This is the other US 175 right there, US 175, and this is the black parallel number 265 from 2016. The All-Star card that is very oof. That's on the case. It's on the baggie, not on the card. And then a Chris Davis, Nelson Cruz, Mike Trout leg leader card from 2016. Another eBay 1 of 1, number 65 of 65. I remember winning this on eBay. I was the only bidder at 99 cents. Probably $3 or $4 shipping, because these eBay sellers are out of control, especially worse now than it was then. And again, this was probably 2 years ago. So I had brought these 3 to the show 2 years ago. No, last year. I apologize. It ties into what I'm going to talk about next. I brought these 3 to the show to trade, but I didn't get any takers. Speaking of bringing something to the show to trade, this card, I had picked one up, and then I had set a snipe that I had forgotten about, and I won another one. And this is the 2017 Donruss Optic, the rookies. This is not, well, it is a prism, but there are no non-prisms, so there are no non-silvers of this. I know it's confusing. So they're all super shiny. So my winning bid on this was $55, something like that, and it's a PSA 10. So I brought this to the show last year in Chicago. Remember, 14 months ago. And was looking to trade it. Looking for something, in the $100 area of trade value. Because I think that's about what they were going for at the time. Because I'd picked this up a couple weeks before the show. No takers. Nobody was interested in trading me for this card. So obviously now it's worth quite a bit more now. So I think I would be able to trade it now for a bunch more stuff. Speaking of dupes, I've shown this one off before. I did manage to pick up 2 of these. So I would also be willing to trade that for, LeBron, Luka, Messi, Trout, Soto, Acuna, stuff like that. I don't fortunately, because people have been asking me, hey, do you trade? Sure do. But I always tell them I'm not very easy to trade with, because I'm pretty particular in what I collect. So rarely do I find trading partners, and that's okay. I'm not super like, oh man, I gotta trade this. I don't want to get stuck with these Mahomes, or those Trout blacks or anything. I don't want to get stuck with them. I mean, these Mahomes happen to be dupes, but to trade these Topps black Trouts, I was thinking about collecting Topps black Trouts, but then flagship happened, and that went out the window. Flagship 2 years ago was a lot cheaper than it is right now, so that kind of went out the window. At the show in Cleveland 2 years ago, I picked this up for $20, because I had one when I was a kid. Well, when I was 18 then this came out, so I wasn't a kid, but that's the era. So that's actually shot up a lot now. So I people were asking 25, 30. I kept asking around. Finally found someone willing to sell it to me for 20. Let's see. Here's just the pajama soda that I had in the box that I picked up at the show last year. Wasn't very much. It's only an 8 because its centering is not very good. But, it's just a fantastically shiny card, and it's got the rated rookie logo. So, let's see. This one I also got in Cleveland. He's good now, I suppose. But I bought this from my friend Lisa. She had just gotten a submission back from PSA. She knows that I like to collect 9s. She didn't have a ton of 9s, she had some, but she showed me a bunch, and I found this. I didn't have this in the collection. I said, how much? She said, $10. And there we go. Added that to the collection. Super shiny. Now we all know what Mosaic is. This was the first year they made Mosaic. Don't need to go into that history. This is another card I hadn't seen in a while that PSA had gifted me many years ago. This is the Rick Grimes rookie card from season 1 in an 8.5. Graded a long time ago. I probably got this 7 years ago. Maybe even 8, actually. I think they were running some kind of promo for San Diego Comic-Con. Can't remember. Glad to have that in the collection. I've got one more I'm going to show off tonight. And I had been wearing a shirt. I wore a bunch of shirts, that you've seen. And, one of them was, Share Your Knowledge. I wore that shirt at the show last year in Chicago. Slabgate shirt. Buy the card, not the assigned grade. Might have been one more. You Matter, obviously. Anyway, so I had the shirt on, and I was looking at some cards. And let me show the card. And I saw a dealer that had this in the showcase. Now these 97 Ultra Gold medallions are just something else in person. I mean, the whole name is in foil. It's not really embossed, but it's raised surface. I mean, the whole card is just, the picture itself is fantastic. I mean, it's all gold over. So he had 20 on this. So I said, hey, would you take 15? I pointed at it. It was in the showcase. It was sitting there in the showcase. And I said, hey, would you take 15 for that? And he looked at me, and he saw my shirt that said, buy the card, not the assigned grade. And he says, you know what? Because you have that shirt on, you have a deal. So I paid the man. I said, thank you. And I walked away. Took the card home. Have that in the collection now. It's just a fantastic looking card. Obviously, this was last summer, before 2020, before everything that, Kobe's passing, which, it just doesn't seem real still. But yeah, crazy times, right? So I just want to close by saying that you matter. I want you to share your knowledge. I want you to keep learning. And also, be kind.